They built empires with millions watching their every move. But in the blink of an eye, it all came crashing down. Today, we're diving into 5 of the biggest streamer and influencer controversies that didn't just end careers. They shook the very foundations of internet culture. These scandals made headlines, shattered fan trust, and left an indelible mark on the digital world. From multi-million-dollar scams to dark secrets that were never supposed to come to light, stay with us until the very end to see the influencer whose downfall was so swift and devastating, it still echoes across the internet to this day. Because if there's one thing we've learned, fame is a dangerous game. And make sure you hit that subscribe button with notifications turned on. If you love uncovering the truth behind internet culture's biggest downfalls, you won't want to miss what's coming next. Let's begin. 5. James Charles. Predator allegations that rocked the beauty world. Our countdown begins with one of the most dramatic and damaging controversies in beauty influencer history. James Charles, a self-taught makeup artist who rose to fame through YouTube, was once the face of a new era in beauty. Young, bold, gender-defying, and massively influential. He became CoverGirl's first male ambassador at just 17, revolutionizing the industry with his presence and pulling in millions of dollars in brand deals and product sales. His colorful palette launches sold out in minutes. His collaboration videos with celebrities like Kylie Jenner, Kim Kardashian, and Jeffree Star brought in tens of millions of views. James was not just an influencer, he was a mogul in the making. But in 2019, the glitter began to fade. In May of that year, fellow beauty YouTuber Tati Westbrook, once a close mentor figure to James, uploaded a 43-minute bombshell titled "Bye Sister." It wasn't just drama, it was a public character assassination. Tati accused James of betrayal, manipulating straight men into uncomfortable situations, and exploiting his fame to behave inappropriately. The internet erupted. Within 72 hours, James lost over 3 million subscribers, a record-breaking collapse of a fan base. The beauty community split in two, hashtags trended globally, and the scandal spilled into mainstream media. James eventually responded with his own video, and over time, Tati retracted some of her claims, stating she was manipulated into making the video by others. But the damage was done. More accusations began pouring in. Several young men came forward with alleged screenshots and messages, claiming James had flirted with or pursued them despite them being underage. Some claimed he continued messaging even after being told their age. Major brands like Morphe quickly cut ties. His makeup line was removed from their shelves. Sponsors pulled out, and YouTube's algorithms stopped favoring his content. Though he continued to post, his influence was clearly shaken. James has since tried to rebuild, rebranding with softer content and less controversy. But the cloud of those allegations continues to hang over him. A permanent reminder that internet fame can collapse faster than it rises. 4. EDP 445. Predator Sting. Bryant Moreland, better known by his online alias EDP 445, short for Eat Dat P 445, was once considered a cult icon in the world of YouTube commentary. His claim to fame wasn't slick editing or trending content. It was pure, unfiltered personality. He built a following of over 2 million subscribers, largely through his profanity-laced, no-holds-barred rants about the Philadelphia Eagles, hilarious takes on relationships, and bold commentary on everyday frustrations. His raw, relatable outrage made him a hero to fans tired of polished, brand-friendly creators. But beneath the laughter and loudmouth persona was a disturbing truth that would ultimately destroy everything. In April 2021, the internet watched in horror as a vigilante group called the Predator Poachers set up a sting operation that would bring EDP's career to a screeching halt. Posing as a 13-year-old girl, the group lured EDP into a private online conversation. Eventually, the decoy arranged a meeting. EDP showed up. What happened next was captured on camera in a now infamous confrontation video. The vigilantes confronted EDP in person outside an apartment complex. Cornered and clearly rattled, he admitted to knowing the girl's supposed age and confessed to his intentions. When asked what he was doing there, he gave a chilling, now memified excuse. "I was just coming to get a cupcake." But the internet wasn't laughing. The fallout was immediate and brutal. YouTube permanently terminated his channel within hours of the video going viral. TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram followed suit, wiping his digital presence clean. News outlets picked up the story, and even former fans, many of whom had followed him for nearly a decade, turned on him with disbelief and disgust. EDP attempted to defend himself, but there was no coming back. His attempts to relaunch his brand on obscure platforms and paid subscription sites were met with backlash. Payment processors refused service. Hosting sites shut him down. Forums and Reddit threads tracked his every move, ensuring he stayed off the mainstream internet. He resurfaced occasionally, under fake names, through anonymous video uploads, or even launching bizarre services where he'd offer fan shoutouts for cash. But every reappearance was met with outrage, and every attempt to rebuild was quickly shut down. 3. Ice Poseidon. From IRL pioneer to crypto scammer. If you were anywhere near Twitch in 2017, one name was impossible to ignore: Ice Poseidon. Paul Danino, the man behind the infamous screen name, was more than just a content creator. He was a streaming pioneer. While others were focused on gameplay and studio setups, Ice took a different route. He stepped outside. Literally, he popularized the genre of IRL streaming, turning everyday life into unpredictable, chaotic entertainment. Whether he was walking through crowded cities, exploring late-night parties, or confronting bizarre situations in real time, Ice made streaming feel raw, real, and thrillingly dangerous. His fanbase was obsessed. His Twitch chat was infamous for its chaotic energy, memes, and relentless trolling. But while this unpredictability made his content compelling, it also brought disturbing consequences. As his popularity soared, trolls began doxing his real-time location. Stream snipers would follow him, prank callers would harass people around him. The worst of all? Swatting. Ice Poseidon became one of the most frequently swatted streamers in the world. Viewers would falsely report crimes to police, resulting in heavily armed SWAT teams storming his location, often live on camera. In one terrifying case, he was swatted at an airport, triggering a serious security incident. That event forced Twitch to step in. The platform permanently banned him, citing public safety concerns. Ice's name was suddenly synonymous with danger, controversy, and unpredictability. But that wasn't the end. Ice Poseidon migrated to YouTube, where he rebuilt his audience through vlogging and community-driven content. He maintained a loyal core fan base and shifted his brand once again, this time entering the world of cryptocurrency. In 2022, he launched CX Coin, a crypto token he claimed would help support up-and-coming streamers. He promised transparency and purpose. Thousands of fans and investors poured money into the project, trusting Ice's influence and charisma. But what happened next shocked even his most hardened critics. Just weeks after launch, Ice quietly withdrew over $500,000 from the coin's liquidity pool, effectively pulling the rug out from under his supporters. When confronted by YouTube journalist CoffeeZilla, Ice didn't even try to deny it. In a now viral interview, he blatantly admitted he wasn't going to return the money, and even placed blame on the people who had trusted him, saying they should have known better. This open display of arrogance and greed flipped public perception overnight. Ice Poseidon had gone from being an innovator who pushed the boundaries of streaming to the face of influencer-led financial fraud. He became a textbook example of how internet fame can be twisted into schemes that prey on fans' trust. Today, his legacy is a complex and cautionary one. Though he helped create the IRL genre, his name is now stained with controversy, danger, and deceit. A stark reminder that innovation means nothing without integrity. 2. Shane Dawson, when a past comes back to haunt. There was a time when Shane Dawson ruled YouTube. He wasn't just a content creator. He was a genre all his own. From comedic sketches and edgy impersonations in the early 2010s to long-form documentaries about fellow YouTubers like Jake Paul and Tana Mongeau, Shane attracted a massive following. His ability to reinvent himself over the years, from slapstick shock humor to empathetic investigator, was part of what made him so popular. But in 2020, that carefully constructed empire imploded. Old videos began resurfacing. In them, Shane could be seen in blackface, using racial slurs and perpetuating deeply offensive stereotypes. But what disturbed people most was content involving minors. He made inappropriate jokes about children, including one where he appeared to simulate masturbation to a poster of 11-year-old Willow Smith. Her family, including Jaden and Jada Pinkett Smith, publicly condemned him. The internet turned fast. Once adoring fans felt betrayed. Brands cut ties. YouTube demonetized all of Shane's channels, effectively removing his ability to earn from the platform that made him famous. Even longtime collaborators and friends, like Jeffree Star, distanced themselves. Shane issued tearful apologies, claiming he had grown and was ashamed of his past. But the damage was beyond repair for many. Though he has slowly returned with less frequent uploads and more tame content, Shane Dawson's reputation will likely never recover. He remains a complex figure, a cautionary tale of how the internet never forgets and how the past can return with a vengeance, especially when you've built a career off of it. 1. Logan Paul, the suicide forest scandal. Topping this list is perhaps the most infamous and globally condemned controversy in YouTube history, one that forever changed how influencers are held accountable. By late 2017, Logan Paul was YouTube royalty. With his signature blonde hair, boundless energy, and daily vlogs filled with pranks, stunts, and over-the-top antics, he had amassed a colossal following. Millions tuned in daily to watch his wild lifestyle unfold on screen. He was loud, outrageous, and seemingly unstoppable, a face of the YouTube generation. But everything changed in January 2018. Logan traveled to Japan with a crew to shoot a series of vlogs. During one episode, he visited Aokigahara Forest, a dense woodland at the base of Mount Fuji that is tragically known for being a site of frequent suicides. The forest carries a somber reputation in Japanese culture, a place tied to death, grief, and silence. But Logan didn't treat it with that reverence. While filming, his team stumbled upon a real suicide victim, a man who had taken his own life. Instead of stopping the cameras and respecting the moment, Logan chose to record the body up close, blurring only the face. He made jokes, laughed awkwardly, and addressed the camera in a tone that many found disturbingly casual. The video was uploaded with a clickbait title and thumbnail, and racked up millions of views within hours. The backlash was immediate and nuclear. Social media erupted. Viewers around the world were stunned, horrified, and deeply offended. Mental health professionals, suicide prevention advocates, and global news outlets condemned the video for its lack of empathy and gross exploitation of tragedy. Celebrities like Sophie Turner, Aaron Paul, and others publicly called Logan out. Hashtags like #CancelLoganPaul trended globally for days. YouTube acted swiftly. They removed Logan from the Google Preferred Advertising tier, suspended ad revenue on his channel, and halted all future projects, including his scripted series on YouTube Red. Sponsors dropped him. Fellow creators distanced themselves. It was one of the biggest public relations disasters the platform had ever faced. Logan issued a written apology, followed by a video apology, and later took a break from vlogging entirely. In the months that followed, he released a documentary on suicide awareness and donated $1 million to suicide prevention charities. It marked the start of a carefully constructed redemption arc. To many people's surprise, he pulled it off. Logan rebranded himself through boxing, stepping into the ring against fellow YouTubers and even Floyd Mayweather, drawing massive pay-per-view audiences. He joined the WWE, becoming a fan-favorite performer. His hydration drink brand, Prime, co-founded with KSI, became a runaway commercial success worldwide. Yet for many, that dark moment in Japan will never be forgotten. No matter how far he climbs, Logan Paul's name will always be attached to the suicide forest scandal, a moment when the drive for content crossed every imaginable line. It remains a sobering reminder that influence without empathy can lead to catastrophic consequences. So what can we learn from these 5 massive scandals? Whether it's criminal activity, predatory behavior, manipulation, or shocking insensitivity, these influencers remind us of one thing: the internet is a double-edged sword. It can build you up, but it can tear you down just as quickly. James Charles, EDP 445, Ice Poseidon, Shane Dawson, Logan Paul, these names dominated headlines for all the wrong reasons. Some tried to come back, some disappeared forever, others remain controversial to this day. Which story shocked you the most? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss the next deep dive into influencer fame gone wrong.
Thanks for watching, and remember, behind the screen, not everything is what it seems.